Hi, this is Michael, and we're here with Ben Altgibbers, who runs the Delafield Fitness Together, who designed my fitness training program. So, Ben, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and your training background?
Well, I've been training for about 8 years. Started with my certification that I got in grad school, and then started training right out of school, and basically been doing it ever since. Just kind of, progressing and learning, a lot through the years, and always feeling like I can continue to learn and get better at what I'm doing because the field always changes, and it's an exciting field. Um, there's a lot to learn, and I just feel like I keep working at it all the time.
So, you actually went to school to be a trainer.
In a sense, yeah. I think there's different directions you could go when you're in an exercise science field. You could continue on in school. You could teach. You could, go into different versions of it, corporate fitness, things like that. But personal training is what really fit for me.
So, one of the questions I've had a few people ask me is that, are you doing anything special for me? So, like, is the workout training and nutrition plan that you designed for me any different than what you would do for someone like me who came in off the street to be a client?
No, plan's really the same. The only thing that really varies with the approach we take is probably the commitment level that people can make with what they do with us versus what they do on their own, and just how we try and put that together and help coach them through it. But the overall approach we take with what we call our essentials, which is just the right balance of resistance training, cardiovascular exercise, and nutrition, that really stays the same. It's about having the right formula. We feel like we've really refined that, and we keep working on it over the years. But we really feel like the formula that we've put together for that combination of the essentials works for our clients. If we implement it and they're consistent with it and they're committed to it, they see the results.
So, in working with clients who were as overweight as I was when I started, are there any kind of special considerations that you have to take in mind?
I not a lot. I mean, there's obviously things that you're going to take into consideration from anybody that's coming in. Not already conditioned, already not strong, which most of our clients aren't when they come in, and it's all for us about meeting people where they're at. And I think in your case in particular, one of the things that I was really conscious of was making sure in the beginning that we were focused on improving your conditioning level first, your functional strength. So we were improving the strength of your core musculature, your joints, your overall body, versus just isolating out specific muscles, and making sure that we didn't do exercises that put too much like high impact on your joints. That we're doing exercises that were safe for you, but at the same time effective and allowed us to make the progression that we needed to.
I was expecting my cardio workouts to be much longer than 25 minutes. Can you explain why they are so effective and why they're not like an hour or 90 minutes at a time?
Sure, and I think that's a question we get all the time because I think that's what people are used to is if I want to burn more calories, I have to do it longer. I need to do it for an hour, or I have to, be on that treadmill or that elliptical machine, or I have to go for a bike ride for an hour or two. And in some cases, to burn the amount of calories that they're looking to, the way that they're doing it does need to be that long. But to make it actually more efficient and more effective, we do a lot of what's called high intensity interval training. So in a shorter period of time, we're working at higher intensities. You get built-in recovery. A rough example would be, going if you're a runner, going out for a run for a minute. You do a really hard run, and then for a couple minutes you slow down and you just go for a light jog, and you let your heart rate recover. You catch your breath a little bit, and then right away after that 2 minutes you go for another hard run again. So what you're doing is increasing your heart rate for a minute at a level that you wouldn't be able to sustain for much more than a minute. And so your body gets used to working at higher intensity levels. You're burning a lot of calories when you're doing that because you're working at such a higher, so much more of a higher intensity level. And then you get the recovery at the same time, but while you're recovering, your heart rate's still up a little bit, and it starts to drop back down, and as soon as it does, you bring it right back up. So in a very short period of time, you can burn a lot of calories, and you also you get good cardiovascular conditioning because you get your heart and your lungs used to working at higher capacities.
Didn't you also mention something to me about if you go longer than 30 minutes, you start maybe burning calories from places you don't want to?
Well, what happens is if your cardiovascular workouts are too extensive, if you go for a long period of time, when you're in those hour-long workouts and beyond, your body will actually start to shift into burning off more muscle tissue. And muscle tissue is really important. We've talked a lot about that to maintain it, to help support your metabolism, and muscle burns calories on its own to help sustain itself. So it's very important for us to also work on maintaining our lean mass, our lean muscle, and doing those higher intensity, shorter duration cardio sessions helps us do that and at the same time burn more calories during that time period. Very important when you're looking for weight loss and you're looking to tone. If you're training for an endurance event, 5K, a half marathon, a marathon, then you do need to go for longer bouts of cardio to condition your body for that. But for weight loss and toning, shorter duration, higher intensity actually works better.
That's very helpful because I know a lot of people have asked me, what I've been doing, and they've all looked at me kind of, just 25 minutes, a half hour.
Yeah.
That's it. And I'm
Yeah.
like, yeah. So, I appreciate you explaining that.
Sure.